Once outside the house, I feel myself perk up, the weight of emotion in there lifted off my shoulders. Matani hails a yellow cab and we pile in. I am in a taxi with my brothers, is all I can think. I want to say it out loud, but as it's not a sentence I've ever expected to say, I don't want to jinx the moment. Do you want to go back to your hotel, or would you like to go for a walk and maybe a Coke? Says Matani. Well, I'm in a taxi with my brothers for the first time ever, I venture, unable to keep the thought in. I think we should celebrate. All three laugh, even Stefanos, who I know doesn't speak English but more than makes up for it by looking so much like me. As we get into town, we bundle out of the taxi and start to stroll along Liberation Avenue. There are still plenty of people on the streets, and I'm glad of the distraction. We walk the length of the road and turn around to go back down in the other direction. As we pass a cafe with chairs outside, Sir Michael asks if I'd like to sit down and have a drink. Desperate as I am for a shot of something, I think I should wait until I'm at the hotel. So I ask what he's having. I will have a Sprite, he says. Then so will I reply, with as much enthusiasm as I can muster. Matani says he'll have a Coke, and then Integrinia asks Stefanos what he'd like. Sir Michael and Matani laugh at Stefanos' reply. What is he having? I ask. He wants a whiskey, says Matani, smiling. I laugh, thinking perhaps it's alcohol rather than blood that is thicker than water. I'd love a whiskey too, I say, emboldened by Stefanos' request. Matani and Sir Michael raise their eyebrows, but ask the waitress nonetheless. They don't have any, but there's Asmara beer, says Matani. Sure, a beer would be lovely, I say. Matani tells Stefanos that I am joining him in the beer, and he laughs and nods his head in approval. As we sit in the warmth of the early evening, my brothers talk among themselves, occasionally turning to me and checking I am okay. I sit there, enjoying being left alone, sipping my beer and thinking that perhaps things aren't so bad, so weird after all. Maybe this is all it comes down to, sitting in the warm evening breeze drinking beer with my brothers. 2 beers later and tiredness comes crashing over me. The beer and the fresh air have given me a sense of calm, taking the edge off the evening's events and the 3 coffees. My desire to be on my own has returned, though this time it's less manic. I'm just about to make my excuses when Sir Michael does a little stretch, as if to tell me it's okay if I want to call it a night. Are you tired? I ask. Yes, I think we all are. It is only early, but so much has happened today that we need to go and rest, don't you think? He says. Yes, definitely, I say, hoping he can hear how grateful I am for his lifeline. As we walk back to my hotel, a comfortable silence falls upon us. We say goodbye in the lobby and make arrangements for them to meet me here in the morning. I get my key and head for my room. As I close the door and lean against it, I let out a massive sigh. I did it, I whisper, and then the tears come. I slide down the door, curl up on the hard floor and cry as I have never cried before, and as I am doing so, I hope nothing will ever make me cry like this again. I let everything out, all the sadness and the anger I have ever felt about being adopted. I cry for my mother and the sister I have only just learned I had, neither of whom I will ever meet. I cry for the years I spent wondering about my birth family. I cry for the hard life that shows on my father's face, and the first ever joke I shared with my sister. I cry for my dad in England and how me coming here might have made him feel, and for Tom and Lydia and how they might feel when they learn I have 3 other brothers and a sister who look like me. I cry at how complicated and insurmountable it all seems. I cry with joy and I cry with relief, but mostly I cry at how alone I felt in that room in my Tamanai, despite the fact that I finally had everything I have ever wanted. Are these the tears that wouldn't come earlier, I think? I stop trying to think about why I am crying and just let myself give into it. I'm not really sure how long I sit on the floor crying, 10 minutes, maybe 20, but eventually the sobs stop, as does the shaking. I go from crying to snivelling, and as I'm not really a snivelling sort, I decide enough is enough and go to the bathroom to see the damage I have done to my capillaries.